Hey everybody, welcome to Yankee Stadium, and this is the second game in the 1984 Inside Pitch replay, season-long Game of the Week replay. Rest of the games being simmed by the Replay PC Sim engine, game engine. So Game 2, which is now advanced a week up to April the 10th. First game was April the 2nd. Now we're at April the 10th. We're at Yankee Stadium. And just as a refresher, from the first game, it was the Cincinnati Reds, their traditional home opener, defeating the Mets 4-1. They got 4 runs all in the first inning off of Mike Torres and coasted from there. A little trouble where the Mets got a run and made it a little bit interesting, but not a whole lot going on. So the Mets win it in that opener 4-1. And now that we've played a week in the sim, Replay Baseball has a real nice little recap for the week. So this is the replay roundup as of April the 8th, 1984. And you can see the headline there is Joaquin Andujar threw a no-hitter against the San Francisco Giants. That was again on the Replay PC baseball game that's doing all the simming. So he threw the no-hitter. That was the highlight of the week. Player of the week is Rick Manning of the Brewers, and he's helping the Brewers get off to a 5-0 start. Look at the standings early on. 5-0 for the Brewers. They'd lead Toronto by a game. In the West, you got a tie between Kansas City and Minnesota. In the National League, you've got the National League East. The Cardinals are 5-0 with a 2-game lead on the Phillies, and the Astros are 5-0 with a 2-game lead on the Padres. All right, so you can see some of the things that they give you here on the recap. And again, it's only been 5 games for each team, so there's not going to be a whole lot of interesting stats to go, to worry about or to keep up with. But you see, it gives you who's hot, who's not. Gives you some transactions going on. It gives you a hitting streak. I believe I saw a hitting streak on here somewhere. Yep, current hitting streak. So in this game today, Don Baylor of the Yankees has a 6-game hitting streak. In fact, the Yankees have played 6 games. He has a hit in all of them. So his hitting streak could be on the line today against the Minnesota Twins. So it's the Twins 3-2 against the Yankees 4-2 at Yankee Stadium. Game played April the 10th. And alongside of the recap, you could also print out all these stats. Again, the sample size is so small, so it's really kind of hard to pinpoint anything being decent. I did the American League only because that's the game we're going to play now, American League. Right now, Baltimore, Ken Singleton's hitting .615, leading the league in hitting, so obviously that's kind of skewed. Although in our game, Ken Griffey is hitting .409, so he's the highest batting average guy out of the 2 teams playing today. If we look at the other Yankee and Twin people that might be in the leaderboard, let's see. Don Baylor's got 8 RBI. Of course, he's got the hitting streak going, so that kind of makes sense. Ironically, Don Mattingly leads the league in sacrifice bunts. That's kind of weird, but that's just the way it goes. Let's see. Let's look at the pitching for the American League. And let's see, do we have anybody? Well, John Butcher has got a 0. He pitched a shutout apparently, or didn't give a run his first time around. Phil Niekro, today's starter, has an ERA of 1. He's 1-0 with an ERA of 1. So he's doing very well for himself. And let's see, anybody else I can think of? Let's see. I believe that's probably about it. What I'll start doing later on, once we get further along in the season, is the game that's going to be played. I'll print out the player stats heading into that game. But after 1 week, or only 5 or 6 games, I didn't think it was relevant. I just wanted to print this out to show what in fact you could see on that. So we head into Yankee Stadium, April the 10th, Minnesota and New York. You see the lineups there. Starting pitchers Frank Viola against Phil Niekro. And to save a little time, we'll just do the lineups as they come up. All right, so I need to get the dice out. I got the dice tray. Now I need to get the dice out so that we have everything where it needs to be. So let's get those dice out that are needed. Just 3 of them, so it's not too much. There they are. All right, so Yankee Stadium we go. Phil Niekro has finished his warm-up tosses. Again, he is 1-0 with an ERA of 1 as we head into the second week of the 1984 season. And let's get this little mat back here further so that all the cards can fit on it, hopefully. And leading things off for the Minnesota Twins will be center fielder Darryl Brown. He's a switch hitter, batting from the left side. Darryl Brown leading things off against Phil Niekro. And week 2 is underway. We get a 6-4 off of Niekro, and that is a potential walk. 16 though is way too much, and I need to bring the Yankee Stadium card out as well. It adds nothing to any of the results. All right, so Brown 3-5. What can Brown do for you? He can pop to short, and there's one away. So Brown is out of there. Here's Tim Teufel, number 2 hitter. 2-6 against Niekro is a blank. We go to Teufel. 5-2. 5-2 is a star line 5. That is a fly to left, and that's out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, and here is Kent Hrbek. Hrbek, 6-4 is a potential walk. That's a 17, too much. Finish on Hrbek, 5-4, fly to center. So 3 up, 3 down, go the Twins here in the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Twins nothing, Yankees coming to bat. And leading things off for the Yankees will be Willie Randolph, and he'll be facing the offerings of Frank Viola. 18-12 in 1984. Niekro was 16-8. So good matchup. Here's Viola. 1-2. That's a potential home run. Home run question mark. The D20 is a 12. Right-handers fits 1-15, so it passes that check. Now we go to Randolph. His home run's only a 2, so against lefties. So this has to be a 2 or less to be a home run, and it is not. So no home run. So we finish the at bat on Randolph's regular grid. 5-3. It's a ground ball to third, handled by Gaetti. 1 away. Brings up Ken Griffey, senior. Viola 2-2 against a lefty. That's a walk chance. That's a 2, so that will definitely be a walk. Griffey will draw the base on balls. Now his attempt is a 1, but Viola's a -1, so no attempted to steal there. What I will do is I'll roll the D20 just to make sure we don't get a 20, because if we get a 20, then we check for a pickoff. And we do not. Okay, so Piniella stepping to the plate. 5-6. 5-6 is, he's not tired, so it's going to be treated as a blank. Piniella 1-4 is a ground ball to third, could be a double play. His double play rating is a 4. Add 1 for Viola, makes it a 5. Makes it a 5 already. The second base pivot for Minnesota is Teufel. He's a 0, but this is a 1 through 5. So basically, anything other than a 6, it's a double play. And of course we get a 6, which means runner advances. So how do you like that? 5-3, Piniella. Griffey makes it to second base. So Griffey's at second with 2 outs for Don Baylor, who's got that hitting streak, 6-game hitting streak going. 3-1 strikeout chance, and 4 is going to get him for a strikeout. So no hit first time around for Baylor, but he's got a couple more at bats coming. After 1 complete here at Yankee Stadium, we've got no score between the Twins and the Yankees, Niekro and Viola. So Tom Brunansky is going to lead things off for the Twinks against the knuckleballer. 3-5. 3-5 is a strikeout plus chance, and you add 10 to his 12, that's 22. 11 is well within that. Strike him out. So Brunansky is gone. That brings up Phil Niekro. Niekro 5-3, and that's a blank, so we go to Hatcher's card. Hatcher a 6-3. It's a ground ball to second. And I may start doing some of these live again. I just wanted to go ahead and do this one as a recording so I could compare it with the live one and see which one maybe people like better. All right, here is Niekro to Eisenreich. I think the quality of the video is a little bit better when it's recorded, but I could be wrong. 6-1 for Niekro is a home run question mark 10, but against a left-hander only goes to 1-7. It fails that check, plus Niekro had 0. Eisenreich had 0 home runs anyway. So we finished it back on Eisenreich, and it's a 1-5. That's a single to left field. So 2-out single for Jim Eisenreich. First hit of the game for the Twins. His attempt is a 6, -1 from Niekro makes it a 5. So we'll do a strategy roll for that. And we get a 1. So Eisenreich's going to steal. He's got a 20. He stole 2 bases on the season. Gets to jump here with a 20. -3 from Niekro takes it down to a 17. Weiniger's a -1, makes it a 16. So 1-16 for Eisenreich, and he steals it. That's a 7, so it's a good stolen base for Eisenreich as he gets in the scoring position with 2 outs for Mr. Gary Gaetti. 1-3, possible wild pitch. His wild pitch rating is a 1-3. That's a 1, so it will be a wild pitch on Niekro as he uncorks. Oops, I can't move Gaetti. He's still batting. So Eisenreich goes to third with 2 outs. Niekro will try again. 1-3 is another wild pitch chance, but that's a 13, so not going to be a wild pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. So Niekro again, 2-3 is a double question mark. So we come over here against a right-hander. If it's a 1-11, it's a single. That's an 18, fails that check. So we go to Gaetti's card to finish. It's a 1-5, it's a ground ball to third, and the inning is over. So Niekro a little wild there, but gets through it without too much of an issue. And the Twins are gone in the second. Go to the bottom of the second, still zip zip. And Mr. Dave Winfield will lead off for the Yankees. It'll be Winfield, Hara, and Don Mattingly facing Viola. 2-6 is a strikeout chance, but 20 is way too high, so we'll go to Winfield. 5-1, ground ball to third. So they're keeping Gaetti busy over there. That's the third ground ball to third base. So ground ball's working for Viola today so far. Here's Toby Last Hurrah, or Hara. Toby Hara, but I call him Last Hurrah. 6-5 is a blank, so we go to Hara's card. 1-2 is a pop up to short. There's 2 down, and of course Toby Hara has the distinction of his last name being spelled the same forwards as it is backwards. One of those rare oddities. So there's 2 down for Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly, who's just coming into his own on 84, his first full season. 4-5 is a blank against a lefty. Against a righty, it was a star line, but against a lefty, it's a blank. So finish on Mattingly, 4-5. And against a lefty, that's a double to right field. So he had kind of a reverse split there. A double to right field for Mattingly. 2-out double by Don Mattingly. So he's in scoring position with 2 outs for Butch Weiniger, the catcher, former Twin. Here's Viola, 3-3. 3-3 against a lefty again. Well, actually, he's a switch hitter batting right. It's a star line. So star line means he's out. Let's see what kind of out. 3 is a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for either team through 2 innings, although Mattingly did get the double. We go to the third, no score, here at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Leading things off for the Twins will be number 8 hitter Lenny Faedo, shortstop. 2-3. 2-3 again is that double question mark. He's a right-hander. 1-11 would be a single, but that's a 15 out of range. Skip that, go straight to Faedo's card. 5-5 is a star line 2, which is a ground ball to third. So Faedo is out of there. 1 away for catcher Jeff Reed. 2-5. 2-5 is the ballpark card. First time at Yankee Stadium. We go to Yankee Stadium's card. For Reed, 6-6. That's a fly to right. So Reed flies to right, 2 down. And that's going to bring up Darryl Brown. 6-6 is blank on Niekro. Brown popped to short his first trip. 1-5. This time it's a star line 1, which is a ground ball to second. So Randolph takes care of him. And that's going to be 3 shutout innings for Niekro. He's not hurting his ERA at all. We go to the bottom of the third. No score. And for the Yankees, it'll be Tim Foley, number 9 hitter. And then back to the top of the order for Randolph and for Griffey. So Tim Foley. It's Viola. 6-3 is a potential walk. 20 is way too much, so we go to Foley. 1-1, he lines it right to the second baseman and snagged over there by Tim Teufel. So 1 away. Took the hit away from Foley. Here is Randolph. 3-4. Potential strikeout. 17 is way too much. So Randolph finishes the at-bat. 6-6. He's going to pop it to short. Faedo makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. And Viola is matching Niekro pitch for pitch. 5-6. Blank because it's not tired. Griffey, 3-6. He's going to pop it to third. Gaetti again makes the play. So after 3 complete, we got goose eggs all over the place. We got a pitching duel brewing here in the Bronx. And we go to the fourth, no score. It'll be Tim Teufel, followed by Hrbek and Brunansky to face Niekro. Teufel flew to left his first chance. 4-4 off of Niekro. That is a potential walk, but 15, well, it's not too much. His walk's 16, so 15 fits that. It'll be a leadoff walk to Teufel. Obviously, he walked quite a bit to have a walk rating that high. His attempt, though, is nothing, so we won't worry about that. He will roll for Niekro. 2-4, facing Hrbek. 2-4, blank because he's not tired. That S1 does not come into play. Hrbek, 3-2. That's a single pass first base. So let's see if the runner can get to third or not on an S3. The runner advancement on an S3 to get from first to third, all you need is a 2 through 6 as a BR rating, which is just about everybody. And the BR rating officially on Teufel is a 2, so he just did make it. So how about that? He needed every ounce of that. But runners are now at the corners with nobody out, and the Twins looking to break through here against Niekro. Here's Brunansky. He struck out his first chance. Might strike out again. There's a strikeout chance. He's got a 9. That's a 12. It's another strikeout. So Brunansky 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. That'll bring up Mickey Hatcher. 2-5 for Hatcher. Goes back to Yankee Stadium. So we go back to the Bronx, Yankee Stadium. 6-6. It's a fly to right. 2 down, but is it a sacrifice fly? That's the question. His sacrifice fly rating is a 3, so we're going to roll and see if we can get a sacrifice fly out of this. 4, it fails that check, so now we're going to do the alternate check of the runner advancement. Teufel is a BR of 2, and the arm for Winfield is a -2, makes it a 0, so no chance at all of moving up. So he has to stay stationary, and it will be up to Jim Eisenreich, who actually singled his first time up. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. 6-5 is blank for Niekro. Go to Eisenreich. 6-3, he's going to ground to Mattingly, and that's going to end the inning. So Niekro pitches around that and keeps the Twins off the scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still nothing doing for either team. And Sweet Lou Piniella is going to lead things off for the Yankees. It'll be Piniella, Baylor, and then Winfield. 3 tough righties. 6-4, range play. The range play on Piniella's card. 4-1 is a question mark 7. 16 is out of range, so there's no hit there. It's just a fly to left, but it's a range play. So we're checking the left fielder, and that is Hatcher. He's a 5. So as long as this is not a 6, he will make the catch. He does. So Mickey Hatcher puts it away. 1 away, and here's Don Baylor trying to extend that 6-game hitting streak. 3-3. He won't do it. That's a star line against a righty. Automatic out. So Viola. 4 is a ground ball to third again. Gaetti get another chance over there, another assist. 2 down, base is clear for Dave Winfield. Winfield also grounded to Gaetti his first trip. 3-2 is a potential walk, but 19 is way too much. So we go to Winfield. 6-1 is a single pass short, so Dave Winfield a 2-out single. His attempt is a 1, but Viola is a -1, so nothing going on there, but we will roll just to see if there is a potential pickoff. And it is a 20, so we got a potential balk, pickoff, or pickoff error. We're going to roll again on the D20. If it's a 1, it's a balk. 2 through 6 is a pickoff, and 7 is pickoff error. 8 or more, nothing happens. It's 13, so nothing happening, but it could have. So Winfield will have to hold, and that'll bring up Toby Harrow, popped to short. First time up. 6-2 is a possible error if there's a throw needed. So we go to Harris' card. 3-5. That's a fly to right, no throw needed. That's going to end the inning as the 3rd out. So we go to the top of the 5th, and nothing doing for either team. Both pitchers are on their A games. Niekro now facing Gary Gaetti. Gaetti grounded to third his first time up. 5-3 is blank for Niekro. We go to Gaetti. 3-5. 3-5 is a star line 3, which is a ground ball to short. So nice play over there by Foley. Puts it away, 1 away. And here's, speaking of short, is Faedo. Faedo, 2-4. And that's a blank because he's not tired, so the S1 does not come into play. Faedo, a 5-1, is a fly to center. So easy play out there for Ken Griffey, who's playing center in this game. 2 down for Jeff Reed, and Reed flew to right his first time up. 5-3 is a blank. Go to Reed's card. 6-5 is a ground ball to second, handled by Randolph. And nothing doing for the Twinks. We go to the bottom of the fifth, still no score. Somebody's got to break through. Let's see if Donnie Baseball can do it, because Mattingly is going to lead things off. It'll be Mattingly, Weiniger, and Foley. Mattingly doubled his first trip. That's a 6-6, which is a possible error if there's a ground ball. Whoops, let me re-roll that because the white die didn't go through. 2-3. 2-3 is a single pass short. Single pass short for Mattingly. And now let's see if there's an error. No, 15 is going to be too high because the error on the shortstop rating, Faedo, is only an 8. 15 is well above that, so no error. But it will be a single, if I can write a B correctly. 1B. All right, so Mattingly is 2 for 2. How about that? Single and a double. Here's Toby Harrah. 4-1. We'll go back to the ballpark card. Yankee Stadium. 1-4. Question mark 7, but got to have a 13 or less to get a hit, so it's going to fall back to a fly to left. As Toby Harrah flies out to the left fielder Hatcher for 1 away. Brings up Tim Foley. He lined to Tim Teufel his first time up. 3-2. Potential walk. 6 on the D20. But the walk on against the lefty is only a 4, so no walk there for Foley. Whoa, let's re-roll that because that white die went on top there. That's kind of weird. Try it again. 2-4. 2-4. And against a lefty, that's a double to center field. Against a righty, it would have been a fly out, but this is a double to center. And we'll see if Mattingly can score and break through. Foley with the double to center field. So on our chart, for runner advancement, a double to center is a +1 to get from first to home. So we start out with Mattingly on his BR rating. His BR rating, whoops, that's Weiniger. Mattingly's BR rating is a 2. So we add 1 to that, make it a 3, and then we need the center fielder's arm, Brown, who's a 0. So it's a 3 or less to score. We roll both dice because if it's a 4 or 5, he holds. 1 to 3 on the red die, he makes it. It's a 6 on the red die, then he's going to be out, and then we got a secondary throw coming up. So let's see what happens. We get a 4, which means he has to hold. So Mattingly cannot score. He will stop at third base. But the Yankees have something cooking. Second and third, only 1 out. And you know what? They're going to, the way Niekro's pitching and the way the Twins aren't hitting, they're bringing, with 1 out, they're going to bring the infield in. I think with nobody out, they'd play deep. But 1 out, they're going to bring the infield in against Randolph, who was 0 for 2. Hasn't got the ball to the infield yet. Here's Viola, 2-1. He could use a strikeout. He's got a strikeout chance right there, but Randolph doesn't strike out much, so no luck there. It's a 5-5. It's a star line 5, which is a fly to left. So the question is it a sacrifice fly? He's got a 3, so we're going to roll and see if it's a 3 or less. It is not, so now we need to check and see if Mattingly can come in to score with his BR rating, which is again a 2, and Hatcher is a +2 arm, so that might help him out. That gives him a 4. So if this is a 4 or less, he will make it. It is, so it's a good sacrifice fly. So the fact that Hatcher doesn't have much of an arm allows Mattingly to score. Sacrifice fly to left. Yankees take a 1-0 lead. And Foley's still at second with 2 outs now for Ken Griffey. 1-1, potential wild pitch. 15 though is out of range for a wild pitch or a pass ball, so nothing's happening, it's just a foul. Go back to Viola. 5-3 is a double question mark against a lefty. 1 to 18 would be a single. That's a 13, that's an SI1. And an SI1 with a runner on second, I believe, is an automatic score. Let's check it out. SI1 to get from second to home, it's everybody. So that's an RBI single. RBI single for Ken Griffey, and the Yankees now take a 2-0 lead as they're starting to get to Viola. Griffey a 1 and a -1, so nothing going on there, but we'll roll the 20 to see if there is a pickoff. And there is not. All right, so here's Sweet Lou. He's 0 for 2. That actually rhymed. 2-1 is a strikeout chance, and 4 is right on the button, so he will strike out to end the inning. But the Yankees put up 2, and they claim a 2-0 lead after 5, and turn that 2-0 lead over to Phil Niekro. And Niekro looking baffling with his knuckleball. Twins haven't figured him out yet. Just giving up 2 hits and no runs through 5 innings. So here's Darrell Brown. We're back to the top of the order. Brown 0 for 2. Popped to short and grounded to second. 4-6. Possible error if there is a ground ball. 6-2. It's a single pass short. There's an 8. So the shortstop error rating on Foley is a 13. So that will be an error to go along with the hit, because 8 goes less than 13. So single pass short, that's treated as a ground ball. Line drive ground ball, but it's kind of treated as a ground ball. So it's going to be a single plus an E6 on Foley. So first error of the game falls on Tim Foley, and now the Twins have tying run coming to the plate, and the first run in scoring position automatically. So let's go on now to Tim Teufel, and Teufel 0 for 1 with a walk. Niekro 4-6, another potential error if it's a ground ball. So they're hoping for a fly ball. 3-4 is a star line 2, which is another ground ball to third. Hera has a 7. This is a 6. So it's yet another error. One base error because there's no throw. It's just a ground ball error. So that puts runners at first and third. And so 2 consecutive errors to start the 6th. And Niekro's got to wonder what's going on here. Are the Twins hitting knuckleballs that are knuckling to their fielders? I don't know. Here's Kent Hrbek. He's 1 for 2. 2-6 is a blank, so we go to Hrbek's card. Hrbek 1-2 is a single pass third, so that will score the first run. Cuts the lead to 2-1. It's probably going to be an unearned run, but we don't know yet. Now, single passed. Let's see here. Single passed third, so most likely will not. No, he's not going to be able to get the third. You got to have a 6 to get the third. So Teufel will stop at second. So now runners are at first and second. One run is in. Nobody's out. Niekro now got to bear things down here against Brunansky. 6-3. Yogi Berra is a little bit frustrated. 6-3 is a ballpark card. So we go to the ballpark card. The Yankee Stadium. It's a 5-6. 5-6 is a single to left. So how about that? Another hit. So S7, single to left. Left fielder arm. Pinella's a +2. That's going to help Teufel probably score. Teufel's BR is a 2, but now it becomes a 4 because of the +2 from the left fielder Pinella. So if it's a 4 or less, he will make it. It is, so he does make it. And that run is definitely unearned because he reached on an error, but we got a tie game. Just like that, and Brunansky, of course, with the ball hit to left field, will have to hold at second base. But now 2 runs are in, 2 are on, and we got a tie game at 2. Niekro's got to regroup here. Here's Hatcher, 2-4. 2-4 is a potential S1, but he's not tired yet. So we keep going. Hatcher, a 4-6, and he's going to double to left field. Boy, they're just hitting all the good rolls here. Double to left, and that'll put the Twins in the lead as Brunansky scores from second. Now the question is, can Hatcher score from first? On a double to left, according to the chart, double to left, you lose 1 on your BR rating. So BR rating is a -1, but the arm rating of the left fielder Pinella is a +2, so it's an aggregate +1. And then Brunansky's BR rating is a 2, so it makes it an aggregate of 3. So this is a 3 or less on the red die, he scores. It is not, and it's also a 6. So that's where we get into a little bit of what people find confusing on the base running charts, but we'll see if we can figure it out. The red die is a 6, so when the red die is a 6 on here, on the throw chart, the red die is a 6, we go to second die roll on the 6 chart. So the second die roll on the throw chart. And we come over here, and it says, this is where the white die comes in. If it's a 1, lead runner advances, ball cut off, and trailing runner scores. 2 through 5, lead runner thrown out, but the trailing runner's BR, no adjustment, is greater or equal to the roll, then he advances on the throw. If it's a 6, lead runner advances, but the ball is cut off. Well, we got a white die of 6, so we got a cutoff play, which could lead to a rundown, and I believe it does. We go to the rundown chart on this. So let's look at what's going to happen here. Brunansky's going to actually score because the lead die, with that white die being a 6, means the lead runner will score, but they're going to cut the throw and try to get Hatcher going from second to third. So the rundown chart would come over here. We're going to roll another D6 and see what happens. It is a 3. So we go to the rundown chart on a 3, and it says if roll is greater than the BR, the runner out, no advance. If it's less than the BR, he advances. So the roll was a 3, so if the BR rating of Hatcher is a 4 or more, he will make it. 3 or less, he is out. And Hatcher, BR rating's only a 2, so he's going to be out. So we'll go ahead and call that 7. Let's see how we want to rate this. I'll do 7 to 6 to 5. How about that? Where shortstop cut it off, and they throw over to Hara to apply the tag on Hatcher. Hatcher is out. But the run scores. It is now 4-2 Minnesota. A lot of activity here in the 6th inning. 4-2 Minnesota. Niekro almost in need of relief here. Clean slate now. The base is empty. 4-4 is a potential walk, but 6 is too much on Eisenreich. Eisenreich a 6-1. He grounds to third for out number 2. And now that brings up Gary Gaetti. Gaetti. 5-2 is a range play. So we go to the range play on Gaetti. 6-4 is a ground ball to third. We're checking the range of the third baseman, which is Hara, which is a 3. So if the red die is a 1, 2, or 3, he makes the play. And he does. So it's a good play for Hara. Inning's over, but the Twins put a big 4 spot on the board, and they grab a 4-2 lead and turn that over to Frank Viola to see if he can keep it. Niekro on the other hand, may be in need of relief. He's allowed 29 batters. He's faced 25, so very close to needing relief, I would think. Right now, though, guy that doesn't need relief is Viola. He's good for 30 batters. He has only faced, let's see, 18, 21, so he's good to go. Facing Don Baylor, who's trying to get that 6-game hitting streak extended. 1-6 is a range play at the ballpark. This could do it for him. We shall see. 2-2 is a star line 6, which is a fly to right. So we're doing a range play of the right fielder, Brunansky. His range, though, is a 4. It's a 6, though, so it will fall in for a base hit, and Baylor will keep his hitting streak. Is it a 2-base? Nope. Yeah, it is. It's a double. It's a 5 or 6 means it's a double in the failed range play. So Don Baylor doubles to lead off the 6th, and he has extended his hitting streak to 7 games. All right, here's Dave Winfield. Back come the Yanks. 5-6. Not tired, so there's no action there. 3-4. Fly to right. I don't know if Baylor can make it to third. It's a straight BR chance. He's a 2. Brunansky's a -2 arm, so no chance of advancing there. That'd be a 0 BR. So nothing's going to happen there. Here's Toby Hara. Toby Hara, 4-4, is a star line against the righty, so obviously automatic out. And it's a grounder to short. And that means that Baylor is going to have to hold because his BR rating is not very good. Actually, we do need to roll for it. My bad. So it's a 2. So let's roll and make sure he doesn't advance. He does not. All right, so Don Mattingly, his chance. He's 2 for 2. Huge opportunity here. 3-5. 3-5 is a range play again. So we go to Mattingly. 2-2 is a single past third, but can Gaetti stop it? He's a 5 range. So if this is not a 6, he will stop that hit. And he does. He makes it. He gets there. And that's going to end the inning. So Gary Gaetti with a fine defensive play. And the Yankees are cut out here in the 6th. We go to the 7th. Twins 4, Yankees 2. And I believe the Yankees will now go to the bullpen. I think they've seen enough of Niekro after that last inning performance. So now they're going to go to the bullpen. And they're going to bring in right-hander. Let's see, Faedo is coming up, Reed and Brown. So they're going to bring in right-hander Dale Murray. Dale Murray, the right-hander, is coming in. And he's going to be facing Faedo to start the top of the 7th. Dale Murray. Niekro goes 6 and is on the hook for the loss. 1-5 is a blank off of Murray. We go to Faedo. 2-4 for Faedo. He flies to center. 1 away, and that brings up Jeff Reed. Catcher, 0 for 2. 1-1 is blank, so we go to Reed's card. 3-3. 3-3 flies to left. He's 0 for 3. Back to the top of the order for Darrell Brown. Singleton scored his last time up. 4-1 is a strikeout chance, so he is gone. Struck him out. So 1-2-3 inning for Dale Murray. keeps things right where they are. 7th inning stretch time here at the Bronx. And Viola coming back out to face the Yankees. It'll be Weiniger, Foley, and Randolph. Bottom portion of the order for the Yankees. 6-4 is a range play on Viola. Go to Weiniger. 1-3 is a fly to left. We're doing a range of the left fielder, which is Hatcher, although he's a 5. And he makes the play. So Mickey Hatcher gets to it. 1 away. Brings up Tim Foley. 5-6. He's not tired, so there's no single. 2-2. But it is going to be a single here against the lefty. He's going to single past third base. So Foley's aboard. He does not have an attempt rating, but we will roll in case there is a 20. And there is not. Okay, so Willie Randolph is up. 1-1 is a potential wild pitch, and it will be a wild pitch. So wild pitch by Viola. Moves the runner to second. Here's Randolph again. 1-5, strikeout chance. He will strike out. So Randolph down on strikes for 2 down, and it's up to Ken Griffey. Try to get it done. You're in the clutch. 6-6, error on a grounder possibly. 3-2, ground ball to second, but 13 is going to be too much. Tuffle's error is only a 4. 13's way above that, so Tuffle will make the play. Tuffle will make the tough play, and the inning is over. So we go to the 8th, still 4-2, favor of those Twinks. Murray coming back out. He can go 2 innings if he's effective. He's going to be facing Tim Tuffle, followed by Hrbek and Bernansky. Murray, a 5-3, is a potential error. 6-2 is a fly to right. Right fielder is Winfield. His error is only a 1, so he will not make an error. He will make the catch. No problem. There is 1 away, and here's Kent Hrbek. 4-2 is blank, so we go to Hrbek. 5-2 is a single to center field for Hrbek. He is 3 for 4. How about that? He has no attempt, so we're going to just we'll check and make sure there's no pickoff. There's not. So here's Bernansky. 2-5 is the ballpark again. Let's go back to Yankee Stadium. 6-3 for Yankee Stadium. It's a single plus 7. That means it's a single 2-base advancement, and Bernansky has a chance to make it into a double. And the way we do that is we go to the BR rating of Bernansky, who's a 2. And if this die here is a 1 or 2, he will get the double. If it's a 3, 4, 5, he holds. 6, he's out. It's a 5, so he has to hold. But the runner on first automatically gets a 2-base advancement. So runners are at the corners with 1 out, infield double play depth. We'll roll to make sure there's no pickoff, and there's not. So here's Mickey Hatcher. 2-5, back to the ballpark again. We were just there, now we're there again. Here's Hatcher. 4-2, single to center field, so that will get home another key run for the Twins. They take a 5-2 lead. 5-2 lead, and now in the single to center, you go from first to third, you get a -1 result on the BR of the runner. So Bernansky, his BR is a 2, it makes him down to a 1. And then Griffey, though, is a +2, so that brings it to a 3. So we'll see if he can advance. He cannot. In fact, now we got that running play again. So again, we're on the secondary throw, and the secondary throw is a 4. So on the 4, it says lead runner thrown out, but if the trailing runner's BR is greater or equal to the roll, he advances. So we know that he's thrown out. We know Bernansky is thrown out trying to go to third. So that is 8-5 on the throw out. Now Hatcher, if his BR is higher than 4, which it's not, so he has to hold. So that's how that particular advancement works. But the run does score. So there's 2 outs now, but the run does score, and the Twins are up 5-2. And here is Murray again. 4-2 is a blank. Go to Eisenreich. 4-1, and that's a single to center field. Single to center. And again, we're in the same boat where the runner can try to get to third. So let's see if he can do it. Now there are 2 outs, so he gets a boost. The BR rating of Hatcher is a 2. You lose 1 going from first to third, but you gain 1 for the 2 outs. So again, it has to be a 2 or less. And it's not, it's a 5. So since it's a 5 only, not a 6, he just holds, so he's not out. So now that brings up Gaetti with 2 on and 2 outs against Murray. And Murray may need relief here. I think they're going to go ahead and pull Murray because they need a fresh arm in there to try to get this final out. And they're going to bring in Jay Howell. Jay Thurston Howell III. Jay Howell is going to come in and try to get this last out against Gaetti. 4-4, strikeout chance. 17's too much. We go to Gaetti. 5-6, ground ball to third. That's going to end the inning. But a key run for the Twins. They now take a 5-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And Viola still out there. He has faced 29 batters. He's allowed 30. So the bullpen for the Twins definitely loosening. Ron Davis is their closer. He could certainly go a 2-inning save, but I think they're going to try to get Viola through at least a couple of batters. We'll see. Here's Piniella. 5-6, and he's not tired yet. He would be if he was past 30 batters. He would be, but he's only on 20. He's on batter number 30. He's not past 30, so he is not tired. I played. You have to be past that. So 1-3 on the Piniella card is a ground or star line 5 rather, which is a fly to left. So 1 away, and here's Don Baylor. Baylor 6-6, error on a grounder potentially. 1-5 is a ground ball to short, possible error, and with this being a 3 is going to be less than Faedo's 8, so it will be an error. First error on the Twins. It's on Faedo, and Baylor reaches on the error. He's already extended his hitting streak earlier, so he's up to 7 games. Here is Winfield. 4-3. 4-3 is a strikeout chance. 5 is going to do it. That's a strikeout. 5 is less than the 8. So there's 2 down for Toby Harrah. Toby Harrah, the batter. And let's see, I think they're going to go to Ron Davis. I think we're going right now to Ron Davis. They're not going to screw around. So Ron Davis will be coming on to try to get the save. He's got to get 4 outs to do it. Last out here in the 8th and then the 9th. So Toby Harrah against Ron Davis. 1-5, strikeout chance, and a 2, that's a strikeout. So Ron Davis does the job. Viola ends up going 7 2/3, and he would qualify for the win if the Twins hold on. So we go to the top of the 9th. Twins still lead at 5-2. It is up to Jay Howell to try to keep it that way. Going to be facing Faedo, Reed, and Brown. 2-5. 2-5 is a foul ball and a wild pitch with nobody on. Try again. 4-3. Strikeout chance. 8's too much. We go to Faedo. Faedo 4-2 is a fly to right. So there's 1 away. Brings up Jeff Reed. 1-2 is a ballpark card. We go right back to Yankee Stadium. 4-6. Starline 1, that's a ground ball to second. That's out number 2. And here's Darryl Brown. 6-4 range play. 6-1's a fly to center. We're checking the range of the center fielder. And in this case, that is Griffey. He's a 4. It's a 6. He will not get it. And that's a 5, so it's a double. Double for Darryl Brown, as Griffey was not able to get to that. And now here's Tim Tuffle. 1-3, he's not tired, so there's no single. 2-6 is a liner to third, and that's going to end the inning. So bottom of the 9th we go. Last chance for the Yankees. They trail at 5-2, and Ron Davis in to try to get the save. And he's going to be facing Mattingly, Weiniger, and Foley. And on the bench for the Yankees, they do have some pinch hitters. Maybe a pinch hitter for Foley, but Foley's 2 for 3. They could pinch hit for Weiniger, I guess. They do have some guys on the bench that, honestly, though, aren't that good. So you might just, I think we'll just stick with who we got. All right, here's Mattingly. Davis, a 4-5. It's a strikeout chance, but Mattingly doesn't strike out much. 5-6 is a single to left field, so Don Mattingly, leadoff single. And that brings up Butch Weiniger. 2-4. 2-4 is a ballpark card again, so we're going back to Yankee Stadium for Weiniger. 5-4. 5-4 is a rare play, so we're going to the rare play chart with a runner on base. That's a 53. Runner on base, 53. Slow roll to third base who possibly bobbles the ball. Resolved by rolling against the third baseman error rate on the bobble and the throw. So we got 2 error checks. 2 error checks against the third baseman, Gaetti, whose error rating is a 9. That's a 9, so he does bobble the ball. Will he make an error on the throw? He does not, but it is an E5. E5 on Gaetti, and that puts runners at first and second with nobody out. So all of a sudden the Twins having trouble fielding the ball. So the tying run is now at the plate in Tim Foley. And let's see, they're going to let Foley go and swing away. He's gotten 2 hits already. 5-5 against Davis is a blank. We go to Foley. 3-3 is a single to past third base. So Foley's done it again with a base hit. Single past third. Now Mattingly, BR is only a 2. And to get from home, second to home on an S5, you got to have a 5-6. So he has to hold, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. In the top of the order, Willie Randolph. So Ron Davis sweating bullets here. 6-4, strikeout chance. 11's too much. Randolph has a chance. 2-5, fly to center could be a sacrifice. That's a 3. See if he can get the sacrifice fly. He does not, so we check the BR rating. It's a 2 for Mattingly, and the center fielder is Brown, who's a 0. So 5 he has to hold. So no dice there, not deep enough for the sac fly. Here's Griffey. Davis, a 6-5, potential error. 3-1, ground ball to second. Second baseman Tuffle 4 is no error, that's an 11. So now we got a potential double play. He's a 2, -1, makes it a 1. Shortstop Faedo adds nothing.